Hello everybody and thank you very much for watching. This is me, Mr. P. I started to messing around a bit more between Raspberry Pi and Samsung DeX, and while I'm messing around, I need to flash the micro SD card with the Raspberry Pi OS. So I decided to record this quick video just to demonstrate how easy it is to put the OS on the micro SD card using a Samsung DeX. So that's what we're going to do in this video. For this to work, if you want to do the same thing, you need to obviously have a micro SD card. I'm going to use micro SD card 16 gigabytes in size, USB Type A micro SD card reader. My Samsung DeX is being powered by Fold 3 into Samsung DeX dock, the original one, and I'm using a Next Dock 360 as my DeX display and a keyboard, etc. And you need to download the app, which is called EtchDroid. I'm going to flash that quickly on the screen. Here we go. The EtchDroid available in the Google Play Store for free to go and download. It's available for free. It works without ads, and you don't need to have a root to be able to use this app. And for this video, I'm going to use a Raspberry Pi OS 32-bit version Lite. That's the one I'm going to use because I need this OS to be on this micro SD card for upcoming videos. So I decided, like I said, to shoot this video. So once you have a Raspberry Pi downloaded, or your favorite or whatever iOS ISO file you want to flash on here, you need to get that ready. I already have that downloaded. If I go to my downloads folder, I have that one here and already extracted because I need IMG file. And we already have two files prepared. Where are they? SSH file and WPA file. SSH file enables SSH connection to a Raspberry Pi, and WPA file already has all the configuration script inside it to turn on the Wi-Fi. When I'm going to plug in my Raspberry Pi to a power, it automatically will connect to my home Wi-Fi instead of me going and connecting via wired connection and then doing all the setup inside the terminal. So these two files, if you're going to do Raspberry Pi, you need to get them ready. How to create the WPA file, I'll leave a link in the description below to a very easy to follow tutorial. An SSH file, again, it's just an empty file. I used ejection app to create both files. I use this app to basically write the script and save it as a .conf for Wi-Fi, and SSH as a blank with no extensions. So when you have everything ready, we're gonna basically run the EtchDroid. So I'm gonna run that. I'm gonna click back. The landing page for this app will be two options. Obviously, we're not gonna do Apple thing. We're gonna write raw image or ISO into this micro SD card. If I'm gonna click on that, it's gonna give me a file browser to navigate where the ISO file or image file is. That's the one I wanna flash. I'm gonna select this. This is the Raspberry Pi OS Bullseye ARM processor, and it's a light version. There's no desktop GUI, it's just a terminal. I'm going to click select. Now it's looking for external hard drive or external USB device. So I'm going to plug in into my micro SD card to the DeX. Once I plugged in that, the app detects that the mass storage device has been connected. I'm going to click on that. I'm not sure why the app has this dark background. It's just nothing to do with the dark mode or light mode. I just find it works with this dark background as well. A message pops up saying allow EtchDroid to access mass storage. I'm going to say yes. Gives me a brief information what's going to happen. So it's going to flash Raspberry Pi OS, which is 2 gigabytes, into a mass storage device which is 16 and a bit gigabytes in size. I'm going to click on this button. I'm going to say flash. And the message will pop up next to a clock saying, oh, USB storage device was removed unsafely. Please restart your device, blah, 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 blah. Just ignore this message. This is basically what's happened is the EtchDroid app took over access to mass storage device. So Android OS thinks that you just unplug the micro SD card unsafely or not doing a proper way as an unmount. So just ignore this message. Do not restart your Galaxy device. So while this is happening, inside the notification section, you should see a message showing writing image. This will take depending on a lot of factors. How fast is your micro SD card is? How fast is the USB Type A port on your USB-C hub that you're using? I'm using a short extension cable, so how fast data goes. So it's a lot of things involved, but usually it takes between 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes, depending, like I said, on what kind of gear I'm using. So I'll be back when this is all done. I just got a message saying the write is finished, and if you're doing the same thing with a Raspberry Pi OS, do not unplug a micro SD card at this stage, because what might happen if you unplug it and you're going to try to plug back in to follow the rest of the video, the Android OS, depending on what version you're running and what kind of micro SD card you have, it might ask you to format the micro SD card because it's going to detect that the micro SD card is damaged. So what's going to happen, you're going to have to format and start all this process again. So do not remove the micro SD card once the writing is finished if you need to do anything else with the file structure inside the micro SD card. In my case, I'm already still have micro SD card connected, so I'm going to go to a file manager, Samsung My Files, select both of these files, SSH and WPA. I'm going to click on copy, scroll up a bit, and here you go, USB storage device. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to say copy here. Verify the file has been copied, so we're going to scroll down until we're going to get to a letter S, which says SSH has been copied. Great. And at the end, I should see the WPA file. Now I can click on the three dots and can click unmount. And now I can safely disconnect the micro SD card from a Samsung DeX device. And that's it. And this micro SD card is ready to be inserted into Raspberry Pi and carry on setting up my project that I'm plan to do for weeks. So that's it. This is how easy it is to put the any ISO or image onto micro SD card from Samsung DeX with no Windows required. Here we go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. In upcoming videos, you will see exactly what I'm planning to do with this Raspberry Pi, and it is very interesting. And then basically, spoiler alert, is how to use this Raspberry Pi to play games on the Shadow PC with USB steering wheel. When USB steering wheel is here, and the Shadow PC is thousands and thousands miles away from my house. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.